Good evening and welcome to the Wolf Den, Riverton High School, KSLSports.com. I'm David James along with Trevor Allen, ready to bring you yet another game here in Riverton's tournament. And this one matches a couple of 4A schools. Mountain View, 8-6 on the year. Snow Canyon, the Warriors 5-4 on the year. And Trevor already underway in region play, 2-1 in a very competitive Region 9 where 4 of the top 6 Class 4A teams reside, according to the early season RPI rankings. That is a loaded region. It'll be interesting to see what Snow Canyon brings as they head north here to play the Mountain View Bruins.
Yeah, I've always said it, and I've been covering basketball at the high school level for the last few years now, and Region 9 is up there with, it's comparable to Region 3 in football, where you've got Lone Peak, Corner Canyon, Skyridge.
Yep.
It is competitive top to bottom, but it tests these teams to where they're able to compete with other schools, sometimes at higher classifications. It preps them because they know what the physicality is needed in order to compete with some of these teams. Now, in this case, you've got a more evenly matched opponent, just a little bit more north in Mountain View, but Snow Canyon, with Ryan Ball in his third year, he's done a great job in building this program. Had a player of the year a couple of years ago in Owen Mackey. His little brother now is a senior, which is crazy to think. And just a really solid program that he's built. And Mountain View has had a very solid start to the year. Competed with Skyridge at the Falcon Classic. Took them down to the wire. So two teams that are very well coached.
Reggie Mackey is leading scorer for the Snow Canyon Warriors, averaging 14.9 points per game. The 6'3 senior, the driving force in their 5-4 start. We mentioned Region 9 is loaded. Pineview's the number 1 team in the state in the RPI rankings right now. Crimson Cliffs is 3rd, Dixie is 4th, Hurricane is 6th, and Snow Canyon, the team we'll see here tonight, is 11th. Desert Hills 15, Cedar 21. There are 27 teams in Class 4A, and they've got 4 of the top 6, 5 of the top 11.
Well, and the thing is, DJ, when it's all said and done, and I know I don't want to speak too early because I'm loving being in the middle of basketball season, but when we get up to Weber State for the 4A tournament, you could see an all Region 9 quarterfinal, semifinal, like whatever it is, and seeing Region 9 teams dominate.
All right, go to Provo High, throw that around, see how that works for you. The Provo Bulldogs are number 2 in Class 4A in the RPI right now.
Should be a good one here tonight, though, DJ. Snow Canyon coming off of, already playing 3 region games. And, as you said, really good region. So any win you could pick up in Region 9 is a good one.
All right, we are ready to jump it up here for Snow Canyon. Isaiah Thompson, the 6'5 junior, steps into the center circle, and he will jump against Joshua Hare, second leading scorer for Mountain View, 6' senior. Double figures those last 4 games. Wow, the tip goes to Snow Canyon, a quick fast break and a layup. Reggie Mackey on the board, and it's 2-0 Warriors.
Just right out of the gates, probably already drew that up, said as soon as you get it, you run out and get the layup.
Mountain View getting the mid-range jumper to get things going. Tanner Vlardingbrook has it roll off the rim, and both teams look like they're coming out in man-to-man defense here.
Watch out for number 20. He's very athletic. I remember watching him a couple years ago playing freshman and sophomore ball. Kid is athletic as it gets.
Thompson, one of the few juniors out on the floor here this tournament, watching multiple games today, just senior-laden lineups everywhere, but as a junior, he's earned a lot of time. Shot clock down to 5 now. And the little floater there doesn't go. Hamlin missing.
A little unorganized on that last possession, but a great 3 there.
And the 3 ball for Daniel Glon. And Mountain View's on the board.
Yeah, Glon, one of their top scorers, can shoot it, can score in the paint.
6'2", senior, averaging 7 points a game. And the foul's on Vlardingbrook. Thompson spinning. Good footwork. Splits the double team, and he'll be rewarded. Goes to the line. Little Kevin McHale up and under there, old school.
You definitely got to love that. Just being able to go up and under, reading whatever the defense can get you, and if you could slide in between two defenders, you do it.
Any chance that Isaiah Thompson knows who Kevin McHale is?
I would say no.
Go to YouTube, kids. Go to YouTube.
Just based off of how kids are nowadays in high school.
Well, the current seniors were born in 2007, so let that be your guide. He misses both free throws.
Yeah, that was the Darren Williams, Carlos Boozer era here in Utah.
Yeah. Spinning and laying it in. Jay Goodman on the board.
Goodman is a guy who can create his own shot, but can also shoot off the dribble and catch and shoot.
Not seeing a lot of action on the weak side here. Good cut. Tipped away. Goodman getting a hand on that. Hamlin wisely lets that go.
So far, just sticking to a man-to-man. Some coaches like to go into a zone on baseline out of bounds.
Good pass, good find.
Being able to get into the paint, see what he can create from there, and saw an easy pass and bucket for Thompson playing for your teammates.
Kate Kelch gets the assist, Thompson the layup. And it's a one-point game again. Good, strong drive and a bucket. Might have been a foul there, but no call.
Playing through contact is something you got to do it here in the state of Utah.
Joshua Hare gets his first bucket. Good strong finish inside, and Mackey with 4 points early.
Mackey's been playing varsity since he was a freshman. This is not new to him as far as playing at this level.
Deep three. Fairbanks misses that. Mountain View 8-6 on the year. They've won 5 straight games. And talking to Coach DJ Connor before the game, he said, the key, we have been making shots. And he said, Fairbanks, there's a good move, but he can't finish. Hamlin misses the layup going in with the right hand from the left side. And now nobody home down the middle and another missed layup. They trade missed layups as Jake Goodman misses. Going the other way. Dylan Luke lays it in, his first bucket.
Thing about having long arms the way Thompson does, you're able to come over late, even on the help side, and still being able to have a good contest on a shot.
Finishing the thought on Fairbanks, he's averaging 10 points a game, but he's averaged 17 points a game as Mountain View has won their last 5 games. He has really heated up. He's a senior playing big minutes in varsity for the first time. Turnover and a quick foul there. And I think that's... Yeah, it's going to go on Micah Fairbanks, just as I tell the story about him, announcer's curse. But they actually took him out of the starting lineup. He was struggling a little early in the year, and DJ Connor, the head coach, said, hey, credit to him. He fought his way back into the lineup, and he has been hitting shots the last 5 games. And is it a question, is it a hot streak or, a senior, improved confidence level, finding his way at the varsity level?
Confidence is everything in basketball. There's a layup there for Snow Canyon.
Dylan Luke. He's got 4 points. And the Warriors have the 10-7 lead. Good lead. Got to use the glass in close like that. Daniel Glon with the miss.
Talk about the mustache that game there for Glon, though.
Nope, not going to do it.
I can't grow a mustache like that.
Hey, it's high school. If you can grow a mustache, you have to.
It's
just kind of a rule.
It's true.
It's a rule that holds up through the generations.
It's true. It's definitely true. I never could, so nor do I want to. Good defense there, being able to bounce off.
The turnover.
Thing I've liked most so far, DJ, on both ends is that as guys are getting to the rim, they're keeping their heads up, looking for that dump down on the opposite block for a layup.
We've seen a couple good ones so far. Dylan Luke down the lane. Can't finish the layup. 3 goes and count it. And a potential 4-point play for Micah Fairbanks.
Apparently he is continuing the hot streak.
Apparently.
As you mentioned. He's playing really well as of late, and a big part of why they're on a 5-game winning streak. And on the other end, Reggie Mackey closing out too much. And, you know, sometimes you got to know when to close out on shooters and how much to close out on those shooters.
4-point play for Fairbanks. And the Bruins take an 11-10 lead here midway through the first quarter. Good back cut. Mackey trying to find his shot, and he banks it in.
Bank is open at 5:23 on a Monday.
And Snow Canyon back in front, 12-11. The turnovers are piling up here early on.
Yeah, notice that in our last game with Granite Bay and Crimson Cliffs, the Mustangs committing a lot of turnovers, but was still able to hang in the game. But, you know, same goes here, but it's been both ways. So a lot of sloppy basketball to start out, and maybe it's shaking off the rust from holiday break.
Both these teams trying to turn it around after disappointing years last year. Snow Canyon and White with the ball, 5-19 last year, 2-10 in region, but they are 5-4 this year.
You know, talking to Coach Ball, he mentioned, you know, start of the season, he had 8, 9, potentially 10 guys that are starting caliber players. Compared to last year, it was just a lot of growing pains last year, and now it's all coming to a head.
To the hoop, and one. Lardingbrook doesn't get it to go, so he'll get a couple of free throws.
As a coach, I've always wanted to preach to my players about walling up. Don't go into their bubble when you wall up. Make them come into you and then take that charge, or just keep your wall vertical. The minute you start going over with your arms, or you go into the offense, you're done.
Yeah.
And that's why I have gray hair.
Lardingbrook makes them both.
Coming in with a little 1-2-2 press, trying to trap the corners. And so far it was working.
Well, timeout, Snow Canyon, although that was probably not a great time for a timeout, as Mackey had that diagonal cross-court find and looked like they were going to break it.
Well,
it's just a matter of seeing over and going diagonal against those presses.
Well, and a lot of that is, you know, coach saw that, you know, he was caught in that trap. But the thing is, whenever you are caught in that trap, you just got to stay composed. Even though there's two guys flying in your face trying to get the ball, you just got to stay composed and just keep on looking of where to find your guys, because you'll find a guy.
I think he saw that he picked up his dribble.
Yep. Which is one thing you can't do in a press.
Didn't have anywhere to go, and he called the timeout. And usually, once a player picks up a dribble, he's done. Yeah.
Normally, you're taught to yell out dead, and then that means, you know, they can't dribble, and you got to get after them. And number one thing, and you know, Mackey knows that he can't pick up his dribble when you're going into a trap.
They inbound it to Mackey. Straight man out of the sideline inbounds. Parker grazes the rim.
Not a lot of ball movement, especially playing in this zone.
And another turnover. On the deck, Parker Olson. And at the other end, the wild twisting lay-in for Dylan Luke.
Dylan Luke with the crafty layup, but you can't count out a guy who will dive on the floor for a loose basketball. Jerry Sloan would be happy right now.
Does Dylan Luke know who Jerry Sloan is?
You better be if you live in this state.
You'd like to think, right? And there's a three ball for Vince Castro. And another turnover on the Bruins the other way. The finish off the glass. Castro having a quick impact here with 5 quick points.
You got to love the leadership, though, of Reggie Mackey. He's getting after his teammates, saying, hey, you need to come up and help me. But good defense here, and just sticking in that zone. If it's working, stay in it.
Oh, the three ball. Jones Warner for three. And 2018, Snow Canyon back on top in a high-scoring first period.
Thing you can't do when you're in a zone is panic when a team starts hitting a 3 or 2. And so far, they've only hit 2, I think, in that zone.
Aiden Peterson can't get that to go. Shot clock is off now with 25 seconds left in the first quarter. Reggie Mackey dribbling it down, playing for the last shot. Are they going to give him a screen up high or space to drive? He's calling for a screen, goes away. He'll give it up. And they're going to swing at a corner 3 for the hot hand, and it goes. Jones Warner with his third 3 of the quarter. And it's 23-18. Snow Canyon with the lead after 1 period here at Riverton. We're back with the second quarter next.
Welcome back to the UCCU Savings Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Welcome back to Riverton High. Second period about to get underway. Snow Canyon winning the opening quarter 23-18 over Mountain View. Your thoughts on the opening 8 minutes there, Trevor?
A lot of offense and a lot of turnovers. So, something's got to give here, whether you got to step it up on defense or clean up the turnovers. But a lot of points being put up here in the first 8 minutes.
Deep 3 for Mountain View is short. Save, good pass, excellent find. And they can't finish. Jake Goodman in traffic, can't get it home. That was a good pass by Mac Ernest. Isaiah Thompson fumbling the ball, and he turns it over. We'll see if Mountain View, in between periods there, talked a little bit about shutting Jones Warner down, the 5'11 junior. 5'11", 135. Diminutive. But he's got 3 threes and 9 points to lead all scorers.
Hey, you just got to let it fly. When, the hoop is as big as the ocean, you just got to let it rip.
Mountain View for 3, and it goes. Aiden Peterson, his first bucket of the game. Snow Canyon was 5-19 last year. Mountain View was 8-17, 1-7, 5th place in the region. Turning things around this year, they are 10th in RPI in Class 4A, and Snow Canyon is 11th. So it looks like a pretty good matchup, and so far it has been, with Snow Canyon up 23-21. Jones Warner misses that 3. Peterson in traffic, gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
It's odd whenever you have 3 guys crumpled together on defense, it doesn't make for a good outcome for you on the defensive end, and that was what Snow Canyon was caught in. He ends up driving into the paint and ends up seeing 3 guys right there. You're bound to have one of those guys hack you for a foul.
Mountain View was 3 for 3 at the line in the first period. And now 4 for 4 as Aiden Peterson hits the first. Misses the second. And they get the offensive rebound. Peterson gives it up.
That drives coaches crazy, no matter what it is.
For Ernest, he turns it over.
Still, you end up giving up an offensive rebound on a free throw. That is one of the coach's worst nightmares. Ask any coach out there.
Corner three is short for Troy Hamlin. And Mountain View the other way, running with numbers. Good recovery by Snow Canyon as Mountain View doesn't get an open shot. Ernst inside. Oh, he had the jump hook there if he wanted it.
Yeah, he's actually more of their like bruiser. He sets solid screens, grabs rebounds on both ends of the floor, and really, tries to clog up the paint.
Every big man needs a jump hook.
Yes, you do.
Oh, and there it is, Ernst on the putback. Gets the offensive board and it goes.
That's all he does. Clean up, man. Do your job.
Mackey drives and is fouled. That's a block.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Ernest kind of thought, the play was over, and you got to play through it, even if it's a miss and all that. And he got his hand still stuck out there even after the shot was up.
First free throw is way long. Snow Canyon now 0 for 3 at the line.
I don't know if he was trying to bank that in, DJ.
No.
That one was better.
He was not trying to bank it in.
It's also, in this gym, you're not used to it. I get it.
Every shooting background is a little different. Driving, stopping, and hanging. Aiden Peterson banks it in.
Aiden Peterson just getting crafty, getting to the rim as soon as you get into the paint. I love what Mountain View's doing, getting into the paint.
Oh, good pass and inside, easy finish. Mackey's got 9 now. 3 in this quarter. Good cross-court find. Ernest inside, and it rolls in.
Just get it up there, give it a shot to go in. That's what Mac Ernest is doing right now.
Oh, good cross-court find. That corner three goes. Dylan Luke, and he's got 9 points in the game.
It's something that Snow Canyon's been doing. Try to overload a side to get the defense to shift, and then put a shooter on the opposite corner and draw and kick.
Snow Canyon's been in man most of the game here. Good pass. Make the extra pass, and it pays off. Vince Castro with the bucket and the assist to Aiden Peterson.
Ultimate team basketball, making that extra pass. You may have a good shot, but then making one more pass to find an even better shot, and that's what Mountain View did just there.
Oh, and there's a good pass. Thompson with the find, but they can't finish.
Can't let guys cut your face on back cuts.
Offensive rebound, keeping it alive. Joshua Hare. Double figures in 4 games in a row, 8 of the last 9. He only has 2 so far today.
Barbecue chicken down on the block, but couldn't get to Mac Ernest.
Mackey to the hoop, off the glass and in, and he's into double figures with 11. And we've got timeout Snow Canyon with 3:08 left in the first half, and the game tied at 31.
30-second timeout, just to give these guys a breather. I'm guessing Snow Canyon drove up today, all the way from St. George. I know Crimson Cliffs did, and you'll have Desert Hills coming up next, but almost half of Region 9 is up here, here in the Riverton tournament. But
that was an animated timeout. Ryan Ball.
I can actually read his lips. He's saying you guys need to be more physical, and I agree with him.
Yeah, I don't think he's complaining about the 31 points they've scored. He's complaining about the 31 points they've given up.
Well, and not only that, it's just been guys not, a lot of the defensive breakdowns are always because of not communicating. If you're not communicating, you know where guys are going to be at. But also credit to Mountain View. They've been able to get good shots. They're also attacking the offensive glass and getting putbacks.
3 minutes left in the first half, tied at 31. Mountain View will get a quick 3 out of the timeout. And maybe they'll get Joshua Hare started. He's got 5 points now.
He's actually a guy you got to get going if you want to continue your winning streak. He's a guy who can fill it up.
He and Fairbanks are the only players who are likely to score in double figures here, although Vlardingerbrook is averaging 9 points a game. No, and the finish, cleaning it up inside. Parker Olson gets his first bucket, and he'll go to the line for the three-point play.
He says, okay, coach already yelled at me. I got to go out there and get something. Gets an offensive rebound, gets the bucket, contact, has a chance at a three-point play here. Great job being coachable and listening to what your coach is saying, which is, he said, play more physical. He did just that.
Can't complete the three-point play, though. Boy, there's a lot of missed free throws being left on the board here.
Something you practice every day.
Snow Canyon's 1 for 5 at the free throw line.
Something you practice every single day.
And it's not one guy. It's 3 different people who've missed.
Yep. Wow,
and
nice.
That is why some people zone on the inbounds underneath. Easy layup right there.
The team I coach with, we always do that. We always go into a 2-3 on baseline out of bounds for that reason. You know you'll always have a guy in the middle of the paint.
Oh, good inside out. Big to big pass, and then out to the corner 3. That was textbook. Dylan Luke for 3.
Luke is just going to camp out in that corner because he knows that that's his hot spot. And so he's like, I'm here if you guys need me.
Luke with 6 points in the first quarter, 6 in the second, 12 for the game here, and we're tied at 36 with 1:41 to go.
And that was what Coach Ball was talking about, where he has multiple guys, 8, 9, 10 guys who are starting caliber guys. It doesn't need to be Reggie Mackey every single night, to produce points for him. He's got other guys that he could turn to.
Mackey does have 11. Luke has 12. They're the 2 leading scorers. Mackey averaging 14.9 points a game. He's got 12. Luke, with 12 points, he averages 11.7, so he's already over his average with 1:40 to go in the first half. So Aiden Peterson goes to the line and goes 1 for 2. Puts the Bruins back in front 37-36.
Oh, nice pass.
Oh, good cut. Absolutely lost his man. Cade Kelch gets the lay-in.
You're always taught on defense, know where your man is and where the ball is. And he knew where the ball was at, didn't know where his guy was at.
Driving and hanging. It's a little short there as Joshua Hare trying to get going with 5 points here in the second, 7 in the game. But he leaves that one short. 1 minute to go in the half. Driving, hanging. Mackey can't get it, can't get the board, and we're going the other way. Spinning, doubled. Kicking it out. Fairbanks has been quiet, in low. Cross court, good find, and Joshua Hare hits it. Hare for 3 and a 40-38 Mountain View lead. Really good ball movement.
Giving Snow Canyon, taste of their own medicine, being able to drive into the paint, move the ball around the perimeter, but then as soon as you get into the paint, have that defense draw down, kick out for a 3.
And kick it back out to the weak side where there's space. Mackey gets fouled. That was a good find right there by Cade Kelch. That was another case of ball you man, and only had one of the 2 once again.
Yeah, well, not only that, I noticed that Snow Canyon likes to run, kind of like a back screen, kind of like a flex screen on that one side to try and get a guy open onto the block.
Driving, hanging off the glass. Doesn't go. Rebound doesn't go either. Jones Warner missing the first one. Parker Olson with the follow, and he gets fouled and will go to the line.
A lot of the time you try to find that one player who will go do all the dirty work for you on the glass, and he's doing that right now, and that's why he stayed in the basketball game.
Well, Olson had missed his first. The team was 1 of 5, but he hits the first one here. Substitutions. Troy Hamlin back in the game. Along with number 25, who is not in the program, but is number 1 in your hearts.
Yes, absolutely.
So Parker Olson hits them both. Snow Canyon now 3 for 7 at the line. The game tied at 45 seconds left in the half. Driving to beat the clock. Yes, 2.5 seconds to go. A driving lay-in for Joshua Hare. And that's the half. And Mountain View will take a 42-40 lead to the locker room here at the half. They win the quarter 24-17, and they're rewarded with a 2-point halftime lead. Your thoughts here on the first half?
I mean, if I'm Coach Ball, I'm livid because of what's going on. Like, right there off a free throw, you're going down and you can't even get back in transition, and then giving up a layup at the horn. But if I'm Coach Connor, there's a lot of things that you're able to clean up, and you still have a 2-point lead. There's a lot of things that you can do to, be able to, stretch out the lead, and just haven't been able to do that yet. But I think we're in for a really good ball game here in the second half.
I suspect both coaches in the locker room telling their team there is no reason to give up 40 points in 16 minutes. You got to defend better than that. And I think it's different issues, but we've seen really good cutting from Snow Canyon and guys losing their man. And at the other end, we've seen Mountain View with good ball movement. And when they switch the ball from one side of the floor to the other, especially if they switch it a second time, they're getting open shots every time. Snow Canyon's ability to defend as a group and move side to side is not happening.
Yeah, it hasn't. I mean, you end up seeing that at times. Teams are getting stagnant, and you're trying to do the one-on-one ball, and really what it is, it's, look, guys, no one here is going to beat guys off the dribble consistently. We don't have that Allen Iverson guy who can do like a crossover, and all you're doing is wasted movement. So move the ball around, share it around, have that defense shift, and move. Eventually, it's going to break down, and you can find yourself at the rim.
But for all the differences and all the things that have gone right and wrong, if you want to look at one thing, Mountain View right now is 5 for 7 at the free throw line, and Snow Canyon is 3 for 7 at the free throw line, and that is a 2-point difference in a 2-point game. And there we sit, 42-40 Mountain View at the half.
And that might be something where we're talking at the end of the game, hey, this might be, of the whole difference in the game. Like, difference in a team winning versus a team losing is you got to make free throws and you got to take care of the basketball. If you could do both of those things, you've got a chance in any game.
It's halftime. Mountain View with a 42-40 lead over Snow Canyon. Coming up, we'll have the fourth and final game of the day. Desert Hills and Riverton are going to play. Coming up at about 7 o'clock tonight. Got 4 games for you tomorrow, starting at 1:45. Pine View will play Granite Bay. Granite Bay won earlier today, beating Crimson Cliffs in a tightly contested game.
That was a fun game.
That was. Syracuse and Desert Hills tomorrow at 3:30. Snow Canyon and Union. There's a matchup you're not likely to see. The kids from Roosevelt coming in to play the kids from St. George and Riverton. And then East and Riverton tomorrow night at 7. And 4 more games on New Year's Eve, starting at 11:45 in the morning and wrapping things up at 5 o'clock. To your point, some of the St. George teams driving up today, maybe all of them actually, driving up today to say goodnight on the hotel. And they'll play earlier on New Year's Eve so they can hit the road and get home.
Yeah, and, it's 4 days of tournament, but as you see on that Saturday, there wasn't a single Region 9 team. They were all locals except for a team from Elko, Nevada, but then they went on to play 1A teams later on here in Utah. So came here for one stop and then moving on. But, no, this is a really good tournament, something that has been going on for years. I've coached in this tournament. And it's more like an invitational, a showcase.
Yeah, right.
It's not like a bracket or anything like that, but it's a lot of fun. This is a great gym, and, the vibes are good, I guess is what the kids say. The vibes are fire, DJ.
The vibes are fire.
I don't know if I said that right, though.
You just didn't finish with a 6-7. That was all.
We're not doing that.
If
we're
you'd
not
thrown
doing
that
that
in at the
hey,
end, we'd all been sure you were 18 years old.
You don't want to talk about a kid's mustache. I'm not talking about 6'7". We're not doing that.
That's fair.
We're not doing that.
Right.
You and I both have our triggers on that.
We're gonna take a break. We're gonna regroup and rejoin our proper generations.
Yes,
And then when
absolutely.
we come back, we will start the third quarter. The Mountain View Bruins with a 42-40 lead over the Snow Canyon Warriors. You're watching the Riverton Tournament here on KSLSports.com. We'll have another game tonight, 4 games tomorrow, and 4 games Wednesday as things wrap up. Stay with us. We'll be back with the third quarter in a moment here on KSLSports.com.
Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Riverton High. We're ready to get going with the second half here. Went down and just spoke with former Utah Governor Herbert, who is here because his grandson, Tanner Vlardingerbrook, plays for Mountain View. And Mountain View's got a 42-40 lead as we begin the third quarter. Snow Canyon in white. Warriors down by a bucket, primarily because they've struggled at the free throw line. Good ball movement, knocked away. Thompson drives, hangs off the glass. No, rebound, follow won't go. Cade Kelch crashing in, couldn't get the bucket. And now Mountain View will have a chance to build on that 2-point lead. Cross-court pass off the dribble. That's a tough pass, but it pays off. Fairbanks for 3. He only had 4 points in the first half. He's got 7 now.
Skipping it into the corner and hitting another 3. Been working all night.
One-handed pass off the dribble. Risky, but it worked.
It is very risky. It's one of those coaches' moments where you're like, no, okay, we're good. Just don't do it again.
It wasn't just that they connected on the pass. It's like he hit him in rhythm.
Yeah. That is hard to do at the high school
Yeah.
level. You see that in college and in the NBA, but not in high school.
Right. You know, it wasn't 2 feet to the left, 2 feet to the right, down on the shoelaces. It was right in his shooting pocket. Mountain View coming out in the zone here in the second half. Mackey drives, hangs, might have been deflected, comes up short. Oh, and a steal in the backcourt. Oh, and a blown layup. And the follow.
It's a
Cade
good thing he
Kelch
was
with
there.
the steal. Couldn't get it to go. Hamlin cleans it up.
It's one of those things where you're like, thank you for being there to clean it up.
Deep 3 won't go. Rebound. Out of bounds to Snow Canyon.
It's one of those things where you're like, hey, I'm glad you were there, but I shouldn't be smoking a layup like that. Something I'm wondering, DJ, is why is it Thompson, who has the ball right now, in a zone? Why is he not posted up? Why aren't they going through him in the high post? He's an athletic guy.
And he's got some size.
Yeah, he's got size. His wingspan, my goodness, look at that arm span right there.
Isaiah Thompson, 6'5", 195, biggest guy on the court. Mac Ernest maybe can stick with him a little bit, although he's not out there right now. And teams trading turnovers here early in the third. Should mention Mountain View on a 5-game win streak after a 3-6 start. They've improved to 8-6. In this win, they've had some great third and fourth quarters. They beat Riverton 53-52 to start the streak because they won the fourth quarter 21-7.
That is big, especially beating Riverton, who's a 6A school.
Yep.
And I don't care where they're at in the standings. You beat a 6A school and you go up 2 classifications, as we're going to the foul line here. If you end up beating a 6A school, whether it's home or away, and you're a 4A school, that's always a big win.
They blew up Bonneville 73-55. They won the third quarter in that game 26-12. So we'll see if Mountain View has a big quarter here to blow this game open.
And I'm sure that was the message Coach Ball made to his team as we've got a jump ball is you guys got to win the third quarter because that's where they hang their hat.
Yep.
Making those adjustments at halftime, coming out of the locker room, and then you start getting a rhythm going.
Well, and defend, too. You look at some of these quarters when they beat Park City 89-55, they had a 27-9 third quarter, but 9 points in 8 minutes, right? 7 points in 8 minutes against Riverton.
Daniel Glon getting a bucket in the lane.
He's got 5 points in the game now, and the Bruins have a 5-point lead, 47-42. They were in man the whole first half, but they come out in the zone here. And Troy Hamlin.
I mean, it's always good to mix it up to kind of give them different looks as far as a zone or a man or even a different kind of zone. But if they're going to be making shots on you, you've got to think about adjusting.
And the teams trade quick turnovers there, and now driving and going over his teammate, unable to score. It's gone. Oh, count it. Got the bucket and one for Micah Fairbanks. Now a lot of substitutions, and coming into the game, Jones Walker hit 3 threes in the first quarter, didn't score in the second, but against the zone, he might be pretty useful.
That's probably why Coach Ball put him in. He's like, if you're going to play zone, you got to put in your shooters. But Mackey on that, you've got to be careful. You've got 2 fouls now. You can't pick up another one, but you're getting your hand caught in the cookie jar on these little ticky-tack fouls.
Micah Fairbanks averaged 10 points a game with the free throw and the three-point play. He's now got 10 in this one. He's been averaging 17 points a game during this 5-game win streak. At the other end of the floor, Dylan Luke driving and scoring, and he's got 14. Oh, we got the stuck ball. We got a foul.
You know what they call that, DJ?
Brook. What do you call that?
Wedgie. They really call that a wedgie. I'm not sitting here messing with you. They really do.
Who's they?
People in basketball, at least at the high school level. I mean, they might have done it in college too. You don't see a ton of them in college in the NBA. But yeah, that was a wedgie.
Vlad Ingerbrook misses the first one. He was 2 for 2 at the line in the first
half. I like
half.
how you avoided any kind of follow-up on that.
Just high school mustaches and wedgies. We'll just
6'7".
Yeah, 6'7", right?
Yeah.
Just compiling a list of no-fly zones.
Seriously.
Vlad Ingerbrook now 3 for 4 at the line in this game. 51-47, a 4-point advantage for Riverton and Snow Canyon. Good ball moving against the zone, but it's not yielding any open shots. It's like a 1-2-2. Right into the teeth of the zone, and then a good find. Jones Warner driving, finding Parker Olson. Warner the assist, Olson the bucket, and Olson's got 6 points.
Able to find creases to be able to cut as Peterson answers there, but being able to find creases and rather than cutting in to where you're meeting a guy who has the ball, you're able to find an open lane, and it's just, again, right place, the right time, hitting it right in that pocket.
Peterson now looks like a 2-3 zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, coming out to bump
little
him down.
Matchup here. It does vary from 1-2-2, 3-2. Corner 3 won't go for Warner. A rebound off to Glon. Dingerbrook into the post. Turnaround fadeaway, a little short. Tough shot for Vince Castro. Doesn't go. Snow Canyon down 4 with less than 3 minutes to go in the third. Good pass, good find. Oh, the whole bench was up. That's the guy they want with the shot they want, but Warner misses. And Mountain View the other way. Spinning, hanging, and scoring. Nice move from Vlad Ingerbrook. And he's got 5 points.
That one hung on the front of the rim for a second, but goes down. Great job getting into the paint.
Driving into traffic, Mackey gets stripped. Mountain View the other way. Lose the handle. Peterson over to Glon. High arcing 3 off the rim. Under 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Mackey, the long pass ahead. Warner for three. Got it. Good find, Mackey the assist.
Able to get
And
him
Warner,
going now. You just got to see one go in to keep it going.
Warner's got 12 now. 3 threes in the first and a 3 here in the third. And timeout, Mountain View. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. 55-52, Mountain View with a 3-point lead. They're up by 2 at the half. This apparently will not be the big quarter I spoke of, but we'll see how they finish the quarter.
I mean, I was saying they were going to be on pace, at least at the half, for an 84-80 game. I mean, and it kind of calmed down a little bit as far as the scoring, which you don't want to see, but the turnovers have stayed consistent, which, again, you don't want to see. So it's just things you've got to clean up and just being strong with the ball, keep the ball moving, and you've got to be able to be sound on defense to be able to take away the, any kind of dribble drives. And really, I mean, I know it hasn't happened a ton, but force teams to draw and kick, go opposite wing for threes.
It's easy when you drop on the chalkboard, right?
Yeah, it is. Now, whether they go out there and actually execute it is a whole nother thing.
It always is.
And that is what separates contenders from the rest, right?
That and having a couple of 6'8" guys.
Well, yeah, that helps too.
Out of the timeout, corner three, and it goes. Vince Castro.
I just had to force corner threes rather than, layups. I mean, at this rate, they're doing both.
Castro's got 11 points, and we got a foul at the other end.
Going for the Euro step. Well, no, Coach Connor's done a really good job. I know over the past few years, Mountain View's been kind of viewed as a team that, if you had them on your schedule, you're probably going to come out with the win. But good on him to be able to turn it around and bring in some guys that are program changers.
Well, Vladingerbrook is a Lone Peak kid who's transferred in. Now they have lost transfers to Orem and American Fork, actually 3 of them. As Snow Canyon goes 1 for 2 at the free throw line there. Dylan Luke now at 13 points. Peterson loses the ball, but right to a teammate for 3. Jackson Sperry gets his first points of the game. And the lead goes to 8. Under a minute left here in the third. Straight away, 3 off to the right. Jones Warner with a miss. Offensive rebound, and it comes out to Dylan Luke for 3. And Luke is having a game.
Yeah, he just seems to be really good whenever, he can set his feet, catch and shoot.
He's got 18 points, 6 in each of the 3 quarters, and there's a turnover. And Snow Canyon with a chance to finish this quarter strong. Back within 5. A chance to make this a 3, maybe a 2-point game. Shot clock is off with 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Holding for the last shot. Oh.
8, 7. Oh, they were running the same play. They ran to the end of the first quarter. It gets stolen. Peterson goes the other way. Off the glass and in. And Peterson beats the buzzer. And Mountain View has a 63-56 lead after 3 quarters.
There might be something else. They just waved off the bucket. I think they just waved off the bucket.
He beat the buzzer.
Because he ended up going over to the table and went like this.
He did come over and wave it off.
I am confused right now.
We'll take a break and see if we can get this sorted out. Fourth quarter coming up. Close game here with Snow Canyon and Mountain View in an either 3 or 5-point game. It's not entirely clear. Stay with us. Welcome back to Riverton High School. Trevor has just gotten in his cardio down the stairs. Quick conversation, back up the stairs. If you're not breathing too hard, explain to us what they just
Did
called.
not wave it off. The reason why the ref had like the waving off motion was because they were trying to steal the inbounds afterwards, which the quarter was already over.
Okay.
So bucket still counted for Mountain View.
63-56. Mountain View with the lead as we start the fourth quarter. That bucket by Peterson at the end of the quarter to put Mountain View up by 7 gives him 11 for the game. And Mountain View wins that third quarter 21-16 to extend their 2-point lead at the half to 7 going to the fourth. Mackey drives off the back of the rim, won't go. Rebound off to Mountain View.
Just not Reggie Mackey's night so far. He's
got 11 points. He averages 15, but it feels like there have been 3 or 4 good opportunities for him to score that in another game that would have gone, including that one right there.
Well, and also getting
move.
fouls too. That was a great move there by Hare.
Difficult shot and a good finish right there for Mountain View from Joshua Hare.
But on Mackey, he's getting to the rim at will. It's just being able to finish there.
There's a guy who isn't missing much tonight. Jones Warner with his 5th 3 of the game. He's got 15 points and gets Snow Canyon back within 6.
You know, whenever coaches are making their adjustments, they just say you've got to know where their shooters are at all times when they're out on the perimeter.
Snow Canyon in a 2-3 zone. And crashing into everyone there, Joshua Hare gets that ball deflected out of bounds. Mountain View will inbound underneath. Snow Canyon will stay in the zone that you, of course, have approved of.
Yes. Especially after what happened on one of the possessions where they didn't.
Yes. That was too easy getting it in. I'm a little surprised Ernst didn't try to put it up there. Mac Ernest there. He kicks it out. 3 ball from Peterson won't go. Rebound to Thompson and a foul.
Mac Ernest is one of those guys who you're going to put into the game and you're going to say, your job is to get rebounds, protect the paint, and rack up fouls. You got 5 of them, use them.
That is the second foul of the quarter. We'll see if Mountain View is going to put Snow Canyon in the bonus here. Mountain View all man in the first quarter, zone in the third. They stay in the zone here in the fourth. 3 ball is short. Dylan Luke with the miss. They get the offensive rebound. Mackey finds, that's a guy you got to find. Jones, Warner, again, his 6-3. And if Mountain View's going to stay in the zone, they got to know where he is.
Yeah,
Trevor.
I was just going to say, a minute a guy starts hitting 3, 4, 5 3-pointers, if you're going to stay in the zone, you got to know where he's at out on the perimeter. Because he's gonna go in those pockets. As Mackey goes up, nice block there by Hare, and a good save as well. Great defensive sequence.
Mountain View running to the hoop. Lardingbrook draws the foul, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple free throws. He's 3 for 4 at the free throw line in this game, and he's going to get 2 more here with 5.5 minutes to go.
Just get out and run, see what the defense gives you when you get out on the break, and he found a crease to get to the rim, and cause contact and get to the line.
He is 5 for 6 at the line. He's got 7 points in the game. Lardingbrook puts Mountain View up 67-62.
And Mountain View, as we just talked about, now into man-to-man.
Now back into man. Doubling Mackey in the post. Good cross-court find. And the 3 is short from Jones Warner. Putback won't go. Rebound, Mountain View.
How about that? Getting a rebound with 3 guys around you.
Joshua Hare with a good board in traffic.
That's a
Now
David
he'll get it
James
back.
type rebound.
Gratuitous.
Hey, I know you were a post guy back in the day. Snow Canyon out in 2-3 again. So it's like, hey, it's your guys' turn to go into a zone.
Oh, good pass. Big to big in the block. Mac Ernest gets blocked from behind. And Snow Canyon down 5 with 4.5 minutes to go. A chance to cut into that deficit, make it a one-possession game.
Mountain View wanted a foul on that. I don't know. Maybe with the body, but definitely not up top.
Oh, behind the back through traffic. Dylan Luke maintains control, gives it to Thompson. He misses and follows his own miss. Gets the offensive rebound and puts it in. He's got 4 points, and it's a 3-point game.
If you're going to miss that far off and you know where it's going to go, just go get it. Make up for it.
Snow Canyon stayed in that 2-3 zone midway through the fourth quarter, 4 minutes to go. Into the post. Hare gives it up. Ernest backing into the paint, and Ernest draws the foul. Now that's a little old school there. Parker Allison. If I'm going to get fouled for the foul, get called for the foul. I might as well foul him a second time and not let him see the bucket. Don't let him see the ball go in the hoop.
Yep, definitely make him earn it at the free throw line.
Mountain View by 3, 3:51 to go. Into Glon, out to Peterson, into the corner for the 3, off the back of the rim. Fairbanks with a miss, but they get the rebound. And the turnover.
Got to take care of the ball late in games.
Ball. 3.5 minutes to go. Snow Canyon within 3. They have trailed the entire second half. Mackey drives. Can't get the layup to go. Can't get the rebound. Tries to get the steal and knocks it off the end line.
You can just tell by his body language, it's just been a rough second half for him. I know he was in double figures at the half, but you could tell his body language starting to get to him. You've got to be able to keep your head, especially in clutch moments like this.
Got a whistle and a timeout. 3:08 to go. It'll be a full timeout. We'll keep it right here. What do you think the message is in the Snow Canyon huddle right now?
Right now, I'm going straight to Reggie Mackey and saying, look, whatever's happened in this second half to this point, the missed layups, the hand caught in the cookie jar, the fouls, all of that, let it go. You've been a guy who's been playing varsity now on your 4th year, and you're our guy. Just keep it going because, as you know, DJ, 90% of basketball is between the ears.
And I tell him keep going to the hoop, but put it higher off the glass. Try to get it up to the top of the box. Give it a chance to go in. A lot of them been too low off the glass and hanging on the rim. A little higher on the glass. Give yourself a better chance.
You honestly don't even need to force it, too. They've had many times tonight where they're able to get into the paint and then dump down to that opposite block for a layup because of what they're doing is sucking in the defense. Or if not, you could take a guy one-on-one.
Now, what do you expect from Mountain View?
You can't come up with turnovers. You've got to take care of the basketball because the more possessions you have that are empty, the bigger chance and more confidence you're giving Snow Canyon to come back and take the lead.
They have to know where Jones Warner is.
Yes.
He has made 6 threes, 2 of them here in the fourth quarter. They've got a 3-point lead. They've got to keep him under control.
That is his one job, is to go in there and hit threes.
And he's crushing it right now.
He's doing his job, but now Mountain View needs to counter by taking him out of doing what he does best.
Let's see if they've got a set play for a bucket out of the timeout. Vardingberg into the paint, gets his shot blocked, stays with it, gets it back.
Too.
The clock doesn't reset, didn't get anywhere near the rim. Good pass in low. Glon has it roll across the rim and stay out.
And see, if I'm Coach Connor, you're fine with that. It was a good look. It just didn't go down, but at least it wasn't a turnover, especially a live ball turnover.
Also wasn't a quick shot. You worked it. You got a good shot. Into the post to turn off the glass. Parker Olson can't get it to go. There's a pass ahead, driving to the hoop for the reverse layup. Yes! Vince Castro has it hang on the rim and roll in.
Snow Canyon, a lot of it is missed free throws, turnovers, and now missed layups. They've missed probably 5 layups here just in the fourth quarter.
Castro's got 13 points now for Mountain View. They've got a 5-point lead with 2:08 to go. Mackey Cross court, driving off the glass and in. Dylan Luke finishing strong at the rim.
That was a great pass for Mackey, leading Dylan Luke to where he wanted him to go. He saw that he had a lane, catch it a little bit farther, and then, well, look, I've got a free lane to the basket.
Luke has 20 points now. 1:45 to go in a 1-point game. 3-point game, excuse me. Mountain View by 3. Peterson into the paint. Hang, 10-footer, rims out. And Mountain View will get the ball underneath.
To be able to steal a game, to ice it, you've got to be able to give yourself second chance opportunities. Mountain View's doing that now. Can they capitalize with second chance points?
Shot clock reset to 35, 1:31 to go. Mountain View with the ball and a 3-point lead. Micah Fairbanks can't get it to go.
They were very fortunate that Fairbanks missed that. He had a wide open look.
Good pass underneath, layup, yes, Parker Olson. And it's 69-68, 1-point game with 1:11 to go. Ones are wild, ace is wild.
Got to get back on defense. But take your time here. You're up 1.
Or drive to the hoop, lay it up, count it, and 1.
Or just give it to one of your leading scorers and let him go make a play.
Joshua Hare to the bucket. He's got 16, and with a 3-point play, a chance for point number 17. And most importantly, make it a 4-point game, 2 possessions, and we're just under 1 minute to go, 59.6 on the clock.
Thing you got to note, too, Snow Canyon, only 3 team fouls, still have 2 more to give before going into the bonus. And a lane violation, that's pretty much giving up second chance opportunity again.
A rare missed free throw for Mountain View in this game. They have been good at the line, led by Vardingerbrook, who's 5 for 6. And they make him pay. Here with a 3-point play, 72-68.
You got to go, though. You don't need a 3.
Got to go, yes. Into the post. Mackey turns off the glass. He's fouled. Free throws. Went into him and created the contact, and he'll get rewarded.
That was the right call. Because, again, when you wall up, you can't walk into him. You can't go into him. He was vertical. I'll give him that. But you got to stay stationary where you're at.
First of 2. Reggie Mackey now 2 of 3 at the line in this game.
Coach Ball still has 3 timeouts, and he just told the ref, if it goes in, I want a timeout.
Mackey with 12 points, looking for number 13. And he rolls it in, and there is the timeout. Mountain View 72, Snow Canyon 70, 45 seconds to go. And we ought to note, Warriors with 4 fouls, Bruins with 3. So if the Warriors have to foul here, and they don't on this possession, they may choose to, but they don't have to. They could play for a stop with the shot clock at 35 and the game clock at 45, or they could foul early, try to extend the game, and see if Mountain View can make their free throws. If they're looking for somebody to foul, the only player who's missed multiple free throws in this game for Mountain View is Aiden Peterson. He's 2 for 4 at the line.
And see, whenever you have a game plan to put together, you look at team stats as far as like free throws, and you end up putting on your sheet who's the guy to foul. And a lot of the times, coaches usually take him out. But if it's a guy like Fairbanks, you're not taking him off the floor.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that you are going to rely on, especially over the last 5 games where he's had the hot hand.
Mountain View's 10 for 13 at the line in this game. They've been really good. They were 5 for 7 in the first half. And I can't do the math in my head right now.
I believe you. They're shooting really well. Let's see, 6 for
maybe 5 of 6.
Yeah, 5 of 6.
That was the struggle was real. I came really close to saying 4 for 6, and I knew that couldn't be
real-time math on the air.
Yeah, it's always a problem.
It's always a disaster.
I put it next to mustaches, 6'7", and wedgies.
Yep.
I expect a little more full court pressure there, given we've seen some already in the game. No problem for Mountain View to bring it into the front court. Thought they might work for a backcourt violation. Mountain View, drive it inside the three-point line, pull it back out, take time off the clock, shorten the game. We're under 30 seconds to go.
You got about 9 seconds between shot clock and the game clock.
15 on the shot clock now. Aiden Peterson with the ball, calling for the screen, but instead Mountain View calls for a timeout.
I mean, you got them, use them. That you still have 2 left. Both teams do.
You know what we haven't mentioned? You haven't mentioned the referee who signaled for that timeout. He's got a tie. Some people might recognize him.
Yeah, Tyler Rawson, former Ute. Played for Larry Kraskowiak. We'll get our cameraman, Zach Gertson, here to zoom in on him.
It's not every day that you see a former NBA or college player turn to refereeing, because it is a thankless job.
I will say, and you know, it's funny because I was coaching in a tournament up at the U during the summer a couple years ago, and you know the 2 refs who were doing our game, Tyler Rawson and David Collette.
Oh, really?
Collette did it too. He's not doing it anymore though. Well, but Rawson has worked his way up from doing freshman, sophomore. Now he's got a crack at doing varsity now.
This crowd's been pretty mild-mannered.
Yeah.
The crowd for the second game today was a little less than mild-mannered.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit.
There were some personal insults hurled at a coach and a referee.
Yeah.
It's a little.
And I get it.
I have seen in that situation. I've seen a coach turn. It was in a club travel team situation, not a high school. Yeah. I turned and saw the coach. Parents! That was it. And everything got quiet.
Sometimes that's all you need, but
21 seconds left. Shot clock's at 11. Mountain View with the ball. They've got a 2-point lead. 15 on the game clock. Shot clock's at 5. Joshua Hare under pressure. Off the glass, and he goes.
What a bucket there.
Quick 3 at the other end. Won't go. Rebound follows short. Another rebound at the buzzer, and that's it. Count it, but it's not enough. Mountain View pulls out the 74-72 win. Joshua Hare pivoting and finding a little bit of space to get the bucket to put that one away.
Big time players make big time plays and big moments in games, and that's what Josh Hare did. That was a really good play right there. And it's one of those things, it was great defense, just better offense. But a gritty win here for Mountain View, able to keep their winning streak alive. And Coach Connor's got to feel good about his team heading into region play after they're done playing in this event. But all in all, a great game. So far, we've had 3 great games here at the Riverton Holiday Tournament. And now I'm going to lean on you to bring it home on the last one.
Okay, we'll do that. Final stats here. Leading score for Mountain View as they win their 6th straight game and improve to 9-6 on the year. 21 points for Joshua Hare. Also in double figures, balanced scoring. Vince Castro averages 4 points a game. Scores 13. Aiden Peterson, who averages 5 points a game, scores 11. And Micah Fairbanks right on his average of 10 points a game, although he had been averaging 17 points a game during the 5-game winning streak. How about a shout-out for Jackson Sperry, who averages a point a game, but came in and hit a big 3 there in the second half. And in a 2-point win, everything matters.
It all adds up.
Yep, it all adds up.
And what did I end up telling you at halftime? Free throws and turnovers, it's something that we could look back on if it was a close game as a big difference. And I bet you, if I was to walk up to Coach Ball and say, what was the difference in that game? He'll say missed free throws and turnovers. And I would even say adding missed layups in that fourth quarter. Had about 4 or 5 missed layups just in that fourth quarter alone.
Yep. For Snow Canyon, they fall to 5-5 on the year. They are 1-2 in region. Excuse me, they are 2-1 in region.
2-1.
They are 2-1 in region. Dylan Luke led the way with 20 points, 18 for Jones Warner on 6 3-pointers. Reggie Mackey had 13, 8 points for Parker Olson, the junior, coming through as well. All right, that'll do it for us here. Final score once again, 74-72. Mountain View edges Snow Canyon. Coming up next, Riverton and Desert Hills. We've got 4 games tomorrow. Snow Canyon plays again tomorrow night at 5:15. They'll play Union. Trevor will have the call. That'll be the third of our 4 games tomorrow. And Mountain View will not play again in this tournament. We'll have all 4 games for you tomorrow starting at 1:45 and 4 games on December 31st starting at 11:45. We'll take a break right now. Riverton and Desert Hills coming up at 7 o'clock. We'll start the stream a little before 7 o'clock. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Trevor, for sticking around and calling this game. This is KSLSports.com. Riverton gets a 74-72 win. We're back in a few minutes. Excuse me. Mountain View gets a 74-72 win. We're back in a few minutes with Riverton and Desert Hills here on KSLSports.com.